So, I want to do a little riff with you today or for you today about work. So, just the concept of work in general. And this is a fundamental principle that I believe to be true, that I know to be true. And when you understand, not just understand, but remember and always go back to this fundamental principle about what working actually means, it can snap you out in an instant of a funk in your career, of a moment of or a feeling of being of stuckness and just not being sure what to do. To me, this fundamental principle can be that powerful that it can create an instant, almost instant shift in your perception of what's going on in your career and change it. So I remember times, lots of times in my career, in my professional life, when I felt unhappy. I felt unhappy. I remember moments in my corporate life where I was just frustrated and wanting things to be different. And even now in my work as a coach, there are moments like that where things just feel hard and they feel like it's never going to change or it's never going to get better. And we go through moments like that. So that's normal. That's just part of life. And what I came to learn was that those moments happen for me at times when I felt like I was giving more than I was getting, if that makes sense. So when I talk about giving, I mean the effort that I was putting in, the results I was creating, the size of the team that I was leading, the responsibility that I had, the time I was investing, all of those were things that I was giving. And in exchange, I was, of course, getting paid and getting paid well. I had a great title and all of these things that the company was giving me in exchange for that work and that contribution that I was making. But there was a mismatch in that what I was getting from the company, those kind of fundamental things that we expect to get from our jobs and from our work, were not the things that I valued at that time. And because they weren't things that I valued at that time in my professional life, it felt off. I felt like I was giving way more than I was receiving. All right? And that speaks exactly to the fundamental principle that I'm talking about today, which is that at its core, at its essence, work is about, very simply, it's about an exchange. It's about an exchange of you giving and you getting, and it's about the company giving and also getting. Both of those sides need to give and receive for this exchange to work. Now here's the trick, or here's the magic thing that we need to remember about this idea of an exchange, is that both sides of this exchange, the company and you, need to feel satisfied by what you're both giving and what you're getting as part of this exchange. In my case, like I said, I was getting obviously paid, I had vacation time. So those things were great, and those things are kind of fundamental. So if you have problems with, the level of pay that you're getting, these other things that I'm going to talk about in a second probably don't really matter that much. So you've got to fix that mismatch in the exchange. But for me, those things I was satisfied with. What I really wanted, what I was looking for in exchange for my contribution and what I was giving, at the time, was I wanted to make an impact. I wanted to make an impact that mattered on the company. I wanted to both grow and develop and learn professionally and personally as well. Like I wanted to keep expanding and keep getting better and adding to my skill set and to my knowledge. Like I wanted that matter to me. And it was those types of things that I was looking for, and that's what was missing for me. So when you think about this world of work and think about it in that way in terms of an exchange, you got to really think about what, at a fundamental level, what do you really want from this company? What do you really want from your career? And that can change and evolve as your career changes and evolves, as you grow. It will change. It should change over time. So if you're feeling that level of frustration, you've got to ask yourself, am I getting what I truly want? Is it about money? And if it is, that's totally fine. But you've got to be honest and true and upfront about that with yourself. Is it about impact like it was for me? Is it about growth and learning and development, right? Whatever those things are, you've got to get really clear about that and ask yourself, are you getting that from this company at this time? The other side of it that you've also got to be really conscious of and pay close attention to is the company getting what they want, what they need, and what they expect from you. And again, you've got to ask the question, you've got to figure out from the company's point of view, what do they want and need and expect from you? Right? And once you get that formula right, that's when work feels really, really good. It feels flowy, it feels easy, it feels natural, it feels like something that you're excited to go to and that you're lucky to, to spend your time in every single day. You've got to get that balance working and figuring out that formula for you and figuring that out from the company's point of view is what, like I said, makes work feel easy. So that's the fundamental principle that I want you to really think about, is that work is an exchange, right? And I think sometimes we get caught up in all these other things that work also gives us. There's a big social aspect to work, and we make friends at work, and it funds our life. It allows us to pay our mortgage and travel and do whatever else we want to do, and all of that is great. But at its core, it is an exchange. It's a really simple exchange, and for both parties to feel satisfied and to feel good, it's got to be a balance, and what you're receiving has to be valued by you. All right, so that's what I want you to think about is are you getting what you value from your career, from the company at this point in time? And like I said, are you giving what the company values and wants and needs and expects from you? Are you showing up in a way that that helps create value that they need and want at this time? All right, so hopefully that helps you a little bit to think about work a little bit differently. And I'd love to hear what you think. So please leave a comment on this page, and let's keep the conversation going. All right, thanks for watching.